guys, and welcome to Machine Learning for Executives. So today we will talk about oil and gas industry and how machine learning can be implemented in oil and gas industry. Today with me, you know that in the machine learning series I'm always talking about different types of implementation of solutions, but today because I'm in Qatar in Doha, so I wanted to have a expert from the field of oil and gas industry to talk with me about the implementation of machine learning in the oil and gas industry. So today I have Emad with me. So Emad will talk about what he's doing currently and so on. This is just that you guys know that Emad is here today with me. So thank you, Emad, for wanting to come and have a video today for LinkedIn today with me.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's go with our questions. So the first one will be, can you tell us what do you do on your current daily roles?
Okay. First of all, thank you very much, Manya, for giving me this opportunity to talk about machine learning in oil and gas industry. And also, I would like to thank you your good presentation for all the persons in our office.
Yeah.
People have learned today something new about machine learning and how to apply machine learning in industry. Going back to your question, my name is Elgebesy, and I work as a principal consultant in Willie Parsons. I'm looking after the process activities, flow assurance, and the process safety. I'm leading and managing team in Qatar and supporting some projects in Egypt and some projects in United Arab Emirates.
Yeah. Nice work. So, guys, I was having a presentation in Worley, so here in Qatar in Doha. So they have a really nice office, and as you can see, Emad is here with us today. So they have one of the best experts in the field, and I really had a pleasure to share my knowledge how machine learning can be implemented in their industry.
It was likewise.
Yeah. So you already mentioned Worley. So can you tell us more about Worley and how many offices they have worldwide? And
oh yes, anyone inside the industry of oil and gas knows Worley very much as one of the well-known consultancy engineering. Anyone in oil and gas industry, they know Willie Parsons, one of the well-known consultancy engineering company all over the world. And I believe after the successful acquisition of Jacobs, we became more than 155 offices. We serve well-known customers all over the world: BP, BG, ExxonMobil, Shell, QP, Qatar Gas, QKin, ConocoPhillips, and other operators in North Africa. One of the good things about Willie Parsons, worldwide we have a very capable team, and we are quite strong and capable in the advanced analysis. And recently, Willie Parsons has started to adapt to the digitalization technologies and the application of machine learning to facilitate our projects and to have a niche in this area.
Okay, great. So now we'll proceed to the questions about machine learning.
Oh yes, I'm ready.
Yeah. So the next question will be: so do you think that machine learning can be helpful in oil and gas industry?
The way I see so far, yes. I can talk about two examples. In the process safety, to a big extent, I see there is advantage of employing machine learning to satisfy the needs of the process safety and even to have a very successful and quick completion for the process safety analysis and the QRA. On the other hand, for the unit operation, machine learning can help us to predict the downtime of the facilities. And of course, when you have positive prediction of the next downtime, we will be prepared and we can have a spare equipment.
Yeah.
This will avoid any operation interruption.
Yeah.
Operation interruption means losing money. Having sustainable operation, it means profit will continue.
Yeah, I agree. And as a company, as Kagera, we actually developed our product called PyRisk, and it's actually doing that. So it's optimizing the time you need for calculating the risk that can happen, or likelihood or severity risk. And that way, as I remember when I was talking with different people from the industry, I realized that it depends on how is the project big or small. It can take up from 6 months to 1 year to develop something like the calculation of a risk. And then actually,
yes.
And again, you don't know what will be the accuracy of the prediction, So this way we can actually reduce the time consuming by 2 times. So half time will take, and also the prediction will be even more, for at least 10% will be better than in these previous cases. So the reason is that we actually got the projects for our Pi risk for the companies from North Africa. So they are the offshore complex, and also they have a refined storage product storage facilities.
Good.
So these are the companies for whom we will do the projects.
Okay.
When we talk about
applying Pi risk.
yeah, we call it like that because it's
So
only
any intention from Pagero in the soon future to announce the results or shed some light on the result
yes.
on their website?
Yes.
How this will benefit and enrich our knowledge in oil and gas?
Yeah, so when we finish the product, you will have the information how actually we implement it and what will the results of the implementation of the product. And also beside that, we have also Pi FCC and Pi Serve that will be implemented after the Pi risk.
Okay.
So
Pi FCC and Pi SIP.
yeah.
Okay.
So we will be doing that in the next year. So
And
in
this is a
2020.
complete machine learning solutions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they are all the complete machine learning solutions, and they will be utilized in the coming months. And also you can use a performance observation and remote control. So that's something that can be implemented after the machine learning. So it's actually part of deep learning. So we can use it for automating turning off and on and off for the pump. So that way we can have a remote control. Yes. So we can actually that way we can actually save the most precious stuff in the oil and gas industry. As I learned, the most precious stuff in oil and gas industry are 3 stuff. So that are people, assets, and environment. So this way, in order to think that every 30 years you will have some big hazard, you wouldn't have it if you use machine learning really good. That way you will know that you can actually save people, save assets, and even save environment.
At least instead of 30 years, it will be longer. So you're increasing your frequency.
Yes.
And in terms of risk, this risk instead of 5 might be medium or low.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So instead of having a huge explosion, you can actually save because you will know in advance what will happen. So at least you will take care of your people. So that way you are actually or not having a leakage in the sea and huge problems for environment. Okay, so we can go for the next question. So this one is particularly only for you. So what was the biggest challenge in your career as a subject expert? In the world, of course.
Okay, something related to the machine learning, or it is in general?
No, in general.
Okay. I would also, shed some light on a project was related to the machine learning, because we had the intention to have a nation desk, and it was a project with one of the strategic customers here in Qatar. And also the schedule was quite tight, and we needed to exceed the expectations of this customer. And the project, basically the methodology we have adapted in this project, we started with, the machine learning software. We did a modeling and simulation, and the data from the modeling, it has moved to the data analytics. And from the data analytics, we have come up with a predictive model. This predictive model has helped us to complete this project and to have a good philosophy for the operation of these facilities.
Yeah.
So the challenge in this project, basically, it was a new technology for us. And during doing the work, we used to learn more about machine learning. So it means staying longer hours in the offices to learn and to apply what we have learned.
Yeah.
And also to tell the other offices in Wally Parsons, our Qatar office has this capability and can do something similar in the future. And I believe when we finished this project and we did some announcement on our internal portal, other offices used to look us as a top-notch, team has the capability to do similar analysis. And of course, we have got some, support and appeal from other offices, from the Canada and from the Hyderabad, to share with them our experience and the acquired knowledge, how we implemented this solution.
Yeah, great. So it's really nice that you're actually thinking about machine learning and implement in the first phases in that we can say a laboratory part of experimenting with the first stages and doing that in a small manner, and then after that doing a better stuff and a greater stuff. So I see that there is a huge opportunity that's coming in the decade for together machine learning and oil and gas industry.
Optimistically, I say the next 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm quite optimistic.
Yeah. So if we connect to that previous question and everything we discussed, so as we know from the beginning of the 20th century that oil and gas was called and still is called as a black gold.
True, yes.
And nowadays, especially in 2019, data and machine learning was called as a new oil, so as a new gold. And that means actually that oil and gas and machine learning are actually correlated and they should go together because that way gold always goes with gold, you know.
Absolutely.
So I also think that will be the perfect match for both industries. But on the other hand, what do you think about, as an expert from the field in oil and gas with more than 15 years of experience, what do you think is that the future in the 5 years and also in the whole decade?
To have this synergy to be successful, I would say the better correlation will start from the data analytics. And the data scientists in this area, in oil and gas industry, they have to be an engineers. They have the experience in the unit operation modeling and they know troubleshooting. This will help us to understand more the data and to determine the right algorithm, or at least to convey this understanding to the machine learning team. So it is a good connect between the oil and gas domain and machine learning domain. Without this connection through the data analyst, I believe this synergy will not success. It will fail.
Yeah.
So this is the only correlation I see to link the oil and gas industry with the machine learning.
Yeah, as my experience and the experience of our company Kagera with a couple of projects and now in the projects in the oil and gas industry, it's really important on every project that you have an expert from the field.
True,
So
yes.
particularly on this project that we are developing, as I mentioned, PyRisk and PyFCC and PySeparate in the future, we have two engineers who have more than 15 years of experience here, and they are from the Middle East, so they know all what can go wrong and what are the huge problems they have.
Yes.
So that way, when I was talking with them, that way we find a solution and what can we resolve with the use of machine learning. And then with my experience and all of my team members' experience in machine learning, and especially after that in deep learning, we can actually see something that they as engineers cannot see, and they also can see something that we cannot as machine learning engineers can see. So that way synergy is the best one, and only that way the products, when we talk about the products from machine learning field in a special industry, the niche, can be
products,
successful.
Yes, because of this recipe of success.
Yeah.
You having the right experience, the right people involved, and everyone is familiar with the domain, specifically this data scientist, it is very crucial.
Yeah.
I have, applied on a moderate level some machine learning solutions, and what helped me having the experience and background of the unit operation.
Yeah.
So I had to deal better with the data, better than any, general data scientist will not understand.
Yeah, great. But on the other hand, you have to know, in order to be a really professional data scientist or machine learning engineer, you need to be an expert in that field. So you cannot be engineering the domain knowledge and then specialist.
Agree,
You
it
need
goes
to be
without saying.
yeah.
Yes.
So it's not possible to be in both ways. So that's the way why you need always on the projects to have someone from domain knowledge.
Absolutely, yes.
Because you need to understand that, as I have with me all day, all night. I have a book with oil and gas because I needed to understand everything that's there.
Absolutely, fair enough.
I cannot become an expert in the field, that's not possible, but I need to understand broadly the business and the problems as engineers have so that I can outline some of the solutions.
To be on the same page.
Yeah, but on the other hand, also you cannot expect from engineer from the field to be an expert in machine learning
Fair
expert.
enough, yes.
So that way the synergy is, I think, is
Absolutely,
the
yes.
most wanted.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today.
Thank you.
So thank you for taking your
letting this
time
opportunity.
to talk with me.
And again, thank you very much for that presentation. Everyone appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we are going to publish it on our internal portal.
Yeah.
It will benefit other offices.
Yeah, great. I hope that you like it and that it was helpful for all of you in the office. I also had a nice time and I'm still having a nice time here in
Good,
Qatar.
good. Qatar is a very nice country.
Yeah, and I'm coming for sure back. So thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next series of machine learning for executives. And bye.
Thank you.